Yes, this should do.
Reloading.
Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we have Cypher Gold on Lotus. Now, go. Alright, let's get straight into it. No intro. So, I have a really funny story actually.
Yes, this should do.
Quick notification, you gotta subscribe to support the family. Okay, let's get straight into it. I have a funny story.
Yes, this should do.
A couple of days ago, I went to the barber, you know, because you cannot become a YouTuber like this without hair like this. And I'm just chilling. He already knows what cut I want, which is, you know, amazing. And somebody calls him. Somebody calls my barber. A really cool guy. Anyway, somebody calls him. He picks up the phone and he's like, yep, and it's happening like this for like 10 minutes. It says that the cut is supposed to last for 30.
Chat water.
And it's been 10 minutes and he's just talking to a phone. And I kind of get what's going on. He doesn't want to get to the top part, he just wants to get, you know, the sides with his little razor thingy. So I'm like, okay, I just... Holy shit, nice, one tap. So I just close my eyes, you know, I'm sleeping, I'm chilling, right before my exam. At some point, he just... I'm like, what the fuck? And he just stopped, like you've just fucked up something. And I'm trying to hold my laughter, and after that he just kept going. He just kept going. And that's what it's like, kids, listening to your wife talk on the phone. He did not say one sentence. He talked like on 5% volume with 2% words.
Reloading.
And it wasn't even it was that's it. Alright, let's go into reviewing this VOD from the Cypher. It's playing very aggressively like a duelist. So I like what's going on, right? Plan is good. You should be clearing back.
Another one behind.
What is he doing? Oh no way. How is he gold?
Smoke's down.
What?
How is he gold?
Here.
One enemy remaining.
Killed.
How is this guy gold? Wait, we gotta write that down. I mean, that's just nice. Take a screenshot of that. We're stealing that. When people upload their VODs and it's like, can you see what I did wrong? And they pull out some weird Cypher lineups that I see for the first time in my life. It almost seems like they're messing with all of us. They just want to show that they're smurf. Like, what Cypher goes in first like that? Gold. Not a bad camera, maybe too slow. Okay. Okay.
Just go see him.
Camera taken out.
Okay, now I see why he's gold, perhaps. Okay, it all fell apart for him. It's okay. So, bam. Gets denied. Jet somehow got 3. He's fighting on C site and he got 3. Why isn't he going first then? So, we gotta judge this guy. That's my job, to judge this guy, because allegedly I'm better than him, right? Immortal 2. So, all of this is fine because you have your squad behind you, so going first doesn't really matter. And now this peak I don't like. You know, if we're criticizing like if you're gonna be this good, we have to criticize all of the little shits that you make. So this peak wasn't ideal because you didn't actually expect him to be there unless your reaction time is literally 0. Okay, whatever. The problem with this peak is that you're too close to this wall, so this jet could have killed you so much faster than you even think. Like if we zoom I understand you guys get it. I just have to yap for a little bit. I just have to yap, right? The close, too close. And now, you made contact. You're on eco round. You have to explode. Because all of you, right here, have been holding it in for too long. You have been holding it in, right? And then you finally find a woman that's trying to destroy you. You made contact with the woman. You gotta explode. You wanna catch the woman with the boys fast. And your Brimstone threw a very, very good smoke. I like the smoke from Brim. The camera is too late, too slow. Because Reina pushes out, you gotta push out. Ideally, all 5 of you mess up this jet and then you push into cubby. That's ideal, right? And you take control over this. So that when the enemies are gonna try to retake from here, they're gonna, you know, you're gonna win the round because you have this cup. And watching cam while your teammate is pushing. And yeah, they're all out because they're too late. So, write this down. If we're pushing, we're pushing. Also, okay, everybody died, right? You should potentially look at the minimap. You should potentially check if there was a vandal on your teammate's body, because there might have been. Okay, you choke this, doesn't really matter, and you lose. That's fine. Go again. Right here, like, you could cam right here. Like, you or Fade should clear these angles by using rechargeable utility, preferably.
Reloading.
Who are you, man? Who are you? I want to drop a quick lesson, right? Whenever you have these early angles usually indicate what is early angle, right? An early angle is something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Where usually chambers, you know, or jets, they can just push up and take these weird, annoying fights. You know, like this, maybe here. Whenever you have an early angle, often it means that you should use rechargeable utility to clear these angles. And it only takes you one utility. What is rechargeable utility? Fault line. Dude, whenever you read, like, usually you call it stun, and then you go into this website, Valoplant. The website is called Valoplant, and you see the actual names. Orbital strike. No, you don't use orbital strike. You use rechargeable utility like Haunt, or, you know, Cypher Spy Cam to clear out these angles. Make sure that you don't have these early pushers going on. It's free. It recharges. I think you should take the deal. Scam is interesting.
Camera taken out.
If you're executing, it's probably a good camera. If you're just chilling, I don't know. I'm gonna steal it. Okay, so we're down numbers.
Last player standing.
We're in a desperate, hopeless position. What is Cypher gonna think here? Gets demolished, gets deleted from the existence completely. Without a chance to defend himself, defend his honor. Defend his honor has not been defended. Okay.
Reloading.
So we're just poking around, poking face, seeing what's up, what's happening. One guy's stuck left.
Reloading.
Weapon here.
Yeah, you know.
Reloading.
This is how you know the person isn't smurfing. Weapon here. Oh, it's a shorty. Let me pick that up.
Where are you?
True that.
Enemy A.
You shouldn't fight this. You're lucky. Oh, excuse me. That brimstone actually cooked. By the way, rounds ended. You should be in Brimstone's position, and Brimstone should be in your position. Like, why are we not lurking? You know, like, you're a Cypher.
Reloading.
You should be a rat.
Weapon here.
You're out here collecting shorties. Side quest. I understand, the skin is nice, but you do realize that you have to be the one that lurks almost every round. And now Brimstone went ahead and...
Stealing fence. So much for recon. One enemy remaining.
Yeah, could have been you, but you playing too much. Could have been us. You play too much. This whole game just seems very clean so far. You know, okay, 2 rounds lost. One was eco, the other one was, I don't know, pistol maybe? Not pistol. Yeah, and then you just go lurk. So you're playing a really good game. I would say you're too close to the corner, dude. This is a problem that all Valorant players face at some point in their careers. And I do that too, but you have to just... It's not a mistake. I would say it's a fear. It's like a fear that we have. And you have to get over that fear. So what is the fear? The fear is that when you peak angles like this in a normal, you know, let's say an angle like this, like how you would normally peak an angle, you get one tap because everybody knows exactly where to hold. But it's... So then instead you start peeking like this, so that you would catch them off guard a little bit. But it's statistically not correct, and you have to get over that fear. Same as holding an angle like this. You think that he's gonna push into you, and he's gonna go like this, and oh no, there's... No. He's gonna come like this, clear this corner, and see your foot. And then you're dead. So... what you have to do is reprogram your mind, and this is just gonna be a trust me bro moment. You just have to trust that you should be taking those angles from as far away as possible. The best way to win these fights on these angles and not to get one tapped, as you say, is to actually imagine the person holding the angle. That increases your reaction speed, your true pure reaction speed, and you just kill everyone. Like, if imagine that Jet is standing there holding you behind that wall, you immediately know where to look. Your reaction time drops by twice. Yes, it cuts in half, right? Imagine that the Jet is holding me there with an operator, right? You have to live in it. You have to live in it. Jet is holding me there with an operator. Damn. And you know exactly where to aim. Just imagine like you have wall hacks and you know exactly where to aim. You can practice this in deathmatch, you know, instead of just running around like a fool like this, right? Let's say there's an enemy chilling here. It doesn't matter, right? Come up like this, and you act like you're clearing every corner. And then you can finally fight the guy. Right? You kill the guy, again, go and imagine that there's a guy holding you behind every angle. It's gonna transfer to your gameplay. Nice. And you're gonna find yourself beating so many more of these default fights.
Reloading.
And you're gonna find yourself clutching so much more.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining. My own. I don't die.
That's crazy. So you're saying a gold realized that the enemy has an outlaw, so he jumped? That's not what happened.
One enemy remaining.
Because Reina didn't even know she was gonna get to 150. How? Outlaw does 140 when she jumps out. She's not even... Look at this, 130. And then bam, she gets hit.
I don't die for nothing.
That is insane.
Yes, this should do.
Is this camera real? Wait, can you see people crossing? Because if you can, then I'm stealing this again. You gotta be really focused when you're doing this, though. Okay. What the fuck is that sound, bro? Maybe that's the sound that you should make a move and try to actually do something. I mean, what are you guys waiting for? See, this is another example of... I'm not gonna pause. This is another example of why you should
Where are
mentally imagine that enemies are holding the angles. Dude, what are you guys doing?
Down A. Last player standing.
You know, instead of this tragedy, you could have just went B and did the thing that I showed you. Where you...
Moment.
Thanks.
It's just weird how this happens and you feel like everything happens for a reason, right? Oh, unlucky.
I'll find you.
Is it? Is it unlucky?
Omen.
Omen, omen, omen.
Reloading.
The hunt begins.
Reloading.
The hunt begins.
I feel like you're not jumping far enough. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
Jet is
whoa.
on B.
Where is Reyna going, though? There's a guy in the smoke.
Reloading.
There's a guy on your left. Cam him. Cam him.
Come back.
I see what you're trying to do, right? You saw... You know that there's an enemy left. You had a similar idea, right? You know that there's, I believe, a KO here. And you tried to cage him and isolate him and take a 1v1. It's an interesting decision, but you're up numbers, so you shouldn't do that. Now, when should you do that? Is you have your teammate here. If you can drop a spy cam right here and tag this guy, now he's visible through walls, and then you cage, and he actually doesn't destroy your camera in time. Then you have an advantage. You can push him. The Sova, I believe, Sova, who's right here or right here, he's isolated by your cage. So you can actually just come here and kill him through the walls because you can see him, right? If you don't tag him and you just cage across, then you're just giving a guy a favorable fight. He's winning this fight like 70% of the chance. 70% of the chance. Yeah, fuck it. And when you're up numbers, you have to realize the default fight enemies are going to give you is a 50-50. You're not up numbers anymore, but taking a 70% chance of losing the fight is not what you want.
Last player standing.
It was not KO, it was an omen with a judge that you were about to fight here. That's not even a 70% chance. Like,
Player
well, if you're fighting against me, you're probably gonna win because I suck with judges. I just can't. I, for the love of God, I cannot kill people with the judge because I don't know if it's gonna take one shot or it's gonna take 2 shots, so I always panic. Is that a jump spot? Okay.
Launching smoke.
Okay. KO knife, so we know that KO's on A. You don't call it out. Do you not have a microphone?
Cage trigger.
Get out of my way.
Smoke.
Maybe you do have a microphone. Maybe we just cannot hear you. Yes, maybe you do call out.
Cage trigger.
Maybe you're only recording your desktop sound.
Plant.
Right, so both of them are up there, I believe.
Both A.
Yeah.
Planted.
You have a trap? No! No!
Link.
Duke. No! Okay, let's see what's happening.
One enemy remaining.
On spike.
Alright, you won the round. You won the round.
Fade!
KO doesn't even realize that. You won the round, right? Yeah.
Nice.
But I just feel like I just feel like you, out of everyone, should know that. You made it all the way. You made this far into the round with an extra trip. And it's so perfect because, like, if you drop your trip like this, KO has you ulted. KO ult tags you, and it's even worse for them because they cannot hear the... Like, KO ult is gonna run out, right? KO ult runs out while he's defusing, potentially, and then he just walks into a trip. I feel like that's the peak point. That's peak Cypher experience, right? You make it all the way into post plant as Cypher. Like, it's the most, in my opinion, the most unexpected trips are when Cyphers get to the post plant and enemies just have to... They're retaking and then, oh no, there's a random trip and you just die through all of these walls even. It stings slightly.
I have the spike.
There's an operator there. We shouldn't peek it, team. You're right. We shouldn't. Fade says I'm better. You know why? Because the Jet didn't hold an angle. Jet decided that he's gonna peek an angle.
Our spike carrier is killer.
Spike down A.
This game. This game.
Last player standing.
Dude, when you think about it, you could write a whole book about operator versus high ego players. One time, Jet existed.
The hunt begins.
Then he became a demigod.
Mark 2.
When gods gave him the one and only,
Killed.
the unbeatable,
Where are you?
the tool to fix humanity. AWP, also known as operator. Like, if you want to win the round, you shouldn't be... Okay, it's 6-6. You know what it's time for, guys. It's time for clips. If you want to upload VODs or clips, go ahead, join the Discord channel below. Everything is free. We're watching a clip
Get
here.
out of my way! Be fast. My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining.
No!
Down B.
You know what?
Okay, 40, don't let me
Swarm
miss.
grenade.
You don't deserve it. You don't Dude. What is this?
Get out of my way!
There's a flash. You should be jumping down when you see this flash. You barely kill the flash while zoomed in. Reyna chokes everything. Jet comes through, chokes everything.
Be fast. My
Here comes Clove for some reason 5 seconds
ult's
late.
ready.
Also misses. Here comes Chamber, misses all of his shots. And then Sova. Why Sova? Sova's in the back like, guys, I have drone. Alright.
Oh, il est
let's see.
incroyable.
Omen my goat.
Baladez-vous.
You're gonna go like that? And they think you're behind.
Ulti. Oh là,
Ah
nice.
bah d'accord. GG.
This one's nice. This one's nice because this is the first time I have ever seen a play like this. Because usually they probably think you TP'd Mound, which makes no sense because you can walk there.
Il est incroyable.
Nice clip. Nice. We like that. One more. Best use of Omen and ISO ult. Yeah, we want to see this. This is weird shit. Weird shit is good.
I can't afford it.
What even is this map? This is Fracture, right?
Stopping fire.
We're pushing their spawn.
They're on rope.
Interesting decision. Wait, they're on a rope.
Someone went on the rope.
There's a free kill if they're on the rope.
You kill him?
Yep. Oh, another one.
They're coming down.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Hey, let me pull her. Let me pull her. Let me pull her. Let me pull her.
No distraction. Watch them run.
Oh, I didn't get her.
I didn't get. Nice. This is nice. This is nice. We need more of these. Here's a question. Can Omen just... Can he not just TP through the... Yeah. We're not gonna question it. We're not gonna question it. This is nice. Right, back to the VOD. Back to the VOD. On defense. Cypher thrives on defense. Usually, Cypher plays C. This time, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Chat on side.
Spike down. C. There.
Alright. Pull out your gun when you're rotating and no one's actually pushing the site. That's all I have for this round.
I will find you.
Now you're gonna drop your camera, which you're not gonna pop until they're deep into your site, which is gonna give information about the guys who are not pushing with the team.
Stay down.
I like that there's always some type of a light. There's a spark in every one of your rounds. It's like, oh, this might work, this might get you an ace, this might win you the round. Usually it doesn't happen with people. So I see a good future for you. Because you always... Now fighting these fights against a Marshall, questionable. But okay, eco round, you want to go up a little bit the leaderboard. Because you've been dying for free. That's understandable, of course. I have extra credit. No, you don't. Right. They can probably hear your cam though. Maybe they cannot see it.
Push it. Right.
Perhaps they cannot see it.
Cage triggered.
Right, they're all going B. You're like the one person that knows. Why are you still here? Oh wait, there's two main. There's two main. Oh boy.
100 on silver.
Okay, so you're gonna die. And I wanna say what you could have done to win this round. And I'm not jinxing it because, yeah. You have to pay attention to the minimap. Team moment number 1, you see that everyone's pushing. There are already 2 people there, and you see that Jet is also running. So, and you also see that someone's opening the door. What I would have done is I would have rotated to B already, but okay, you don't rotate. You wait, right? You wait, and bam, Fade scans 2. So that means that 2 people are still A. Now you don't know this, but from my experience, my very, very long experience, and the experience is that once somebody pushes through this door on attackers, they don't come back. It's a rabbit hole. It's a deep, deep rabbit hole. Alyssa has fell. She's in a better place now, right? So once people go through this door, it's a weird phenomenon, but they don't come back. So 3 people are already in there. And Sova with Omen are just stuck here. So what you want to do, leave these people alone. Drop your cage just in case. You know, they're not gonna come back. They might look through the hole. They're like, I might go back. I'm not gonna climb out of it. And of course, I want to demonstrate how it would look like. Because you have your Jet, the Jet, you have a Jet, key moment Jet right there, and you have a Fade, which means that you have some support. So what you want to do is wait for that Jet to come back, stand right here, and as soon as Jet takes contact, or he sees them or whatever, or he shoots them and they turn to him, that's when you drop the cage and you fight with the Jet. You go all in. You forget about these people. Because these people are like, ah, we have free bomb site. Nice, plant. Right, you can see how long has been. They're still in the same position. And no one's coming back to help. Yep, you can see. Jet and Reyna are pushing deeper. That means there's a KO somewhere, and KO is not coming back to help. So my theory is true. Statistics don't lie. You could have realized that and isolated the enemies, which is
Think they'll see.
the default. It should be your default thought process when you're on eco rounds. How to use the man's advantage
Here, this goes here.
when you don't have good guns. What the fuck just dropped off of my microphone? That is so weird. I wonder how. Because you have to screw this thing in. Oh. Oh.
Push A.
My camera is this cage triggered.
What's happening?
The hunt begins.
They're finally pushing your side. You were so valuable there. Right here, you should realize you're disconnected by the KO. Okay, KO knifed us. Look at this. Your chip is gone. Right here, there's a millisecond. You can see that now you're not affected by KO. Your trip brings back to life, and the Brimstone is literally on his way to use that. So if you just survived for one more second, you would have earned your team a free kill. So you shouldn't have swung here. You should have waited. Also, you still have your fade on the right, so you don't have to worry about the right. Just take a step back. You could have waited like 1 second, literally 1 second you survive, and they walk into your trip. So that's a little bit sad. That's a little bit sad. Also could have caged. Because your goal, especially as a sentinel, is to delay the enemies, right? Make it hard, make them shift, just shift, like where's the trip, right? They're looking for the trip until all of your teammates are there to help you
That goes there.
defend. And you didn't wait for your teammates. That's a nice trap.
Here, this goes here.
It's a nice trap. You know what? Fuck it. Stealing it again. I've been stealing all of your plays. Where are you gonna...
That goes there.
We're gonna use these plays. You know, you're gonna play Cypher.
Here, this goes
You
here.
know, you're gonna play Cypher. You don't know that. You don't... I haven't claimed that. You don't know that. Nice peek. You didn't even realize that it was... you didn't even realize that this was not your omen.
One enemy remaining.
They molly themselves and then he... What the fuck? Wait.
Should be low.
KO's POV right now. Nice. Okay. I feel like you're like the one person that should know this. Yeah. It does work. It's a one-way. Alright, so take a position like this. Aim whatever the fuck you feel like it. And you get a free one-way. Thank you for watching.
No, it's...
Cage triggered.
You should start spamming the smoke right now.
Nowhere to run. Tripwire destroyed.
Reload.
Okay.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
He's in two.
Alright. So, two things. Number one, your trips thrive in chaos, which means that as soon as you hear
Reload.
someone's pushing through your, you know, through the door, like right here, somebody just pushed through, you should peek out and start to spam that smoke a little bit. Because you're chilling. Your Reyna has your right side. If they push out, they just walk into the trip or whatever. Right, so that's one thing. And I also want for everyone else to see this. Look at the way he sprayed. He sprayed this side of the wall and this side of the wall. You should all take notes because this is the most optimal way to spray, because usually when people are in smokes, they're hugging one or the other wall. And our Cypher did exactly that by spraying both of the sides. That's really nice. Yeah.
Spike down A.
And then of course 4v2, no reason to peek this. Just play for information. Stand right here again, and upside down stickman, and you just jump spot like this. You don't need to fight this. You're risking of losing the round, but you win the round, so shut up, happy. I am shutting up right now. Wait.
Yes, this should do.
Get out of my way.
You're just improvising on the spot, right? It's a pretty cool trip if they have Raze or something like that.
Cage triggered.
See, again, your goal is to delay, right? We want to delay, and this is not delay. This is not delay. So you have a but it's like you're so close to reaching literally immortal, in my opinion. You just have to play around your trips a little bit. So they're pushing, right? This cage, nice. It's a good cage, right? It defends you from the left side. They push, they go into trip. You don't want to go here because your whole setup is here. If you're standing here, somebody walk into your trip, you couldn't punish them. That's really sad. Another thing that you could have noticed is that nobody was pushing tree, so you could have just dropped another cage and took tree. And when that happens, they actually become stuck in a pattern that you don't want to be stuck in. They're getting poked from everywhere, right? If the enemies push like this is not gonna work. That's why in wars, when they're trying to attack a country, not to get political, right? But when somebody tries to attack a country, they don't just go down the line and send all of their tanks like this. No, they take like 100 kilometers and they push like this. The reason that people push like this with their tanks is because if they start to get shot from the sides, they can always retreat from where they came from because they took space, you know, if they get really messed up. Now the pattern we are encountering, we're sending all of the tanks in one line, and once these people are on site, they cannot retreat anymore. That's when you peek from every angles like the Vietnamese players. This is getting political. And you just start poking around, you start dropping, you know, recon bolts. There's 2 traps. Your brimstone, which everybody knows you have a brimstone, he's gonna drop you random molly here. They're gonna be forced. Oh no, they step into a trip. You know what I mean? Because they didn't clear tree, because they didn't clear this side, all of your trips, because they're not taking space anywhere else, they are not doing it correctly. Fade reveal, fade ult. Hope you enjoyed this little lesson on how to attack foreign countries if you ever in a position like that.
Win.
Get set up. That goes there.
People don't teach that in school.
See.
This is useless information. People usually you get taught useless information in school. Well, you said that. I haven't claimed that.
Watch out, B.
All you can do here is just spray through the smoke when they push out. Why did he pick sound?
Cage triggered.
Stupid Omen. Oh god. Yeah, you're calling out that they're pushing. Not a bad position actually. Yep. Yep, you almost got 2.
Down A. 1 enemy remaining.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, we're defending B with our trips. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. I wonder why do you never defend C? Do you just hate it? Are you picking the operator? Surely. In this rank? Surely. Again, there's one guy in main. You and Reyna could just double up and take care of this guy.
Planted.
There might be a guy behind you. Yep. That... Okay. Yeah, so... I called it. And you should have dropped a cam in the exact position that you always drop the cam. And after you drop the cam, then you both push into the smoke with Reyna, because Reyna also could have died right here and you're not in time to help her. I just felt you when you play the game for this long, you develop these spidey senses. You just feel it. You know, like I talked about my barber, you just feel like that shit in the back. And you wait until it's gonna go somewhere further than it should be. That's when you get sprayed down.
130 KO and 80 jet.
And you have on knife.
What is this gameplay? Are we playing tower defense? You gotta go, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You're too late. You do got ult. Very winnable. Very winnable. You have camera. You have ult.
Omen has 70 now.
That's the exact corner I was gonna... I was gonna say you have the smoke so you can check whether someone's waiting on the right side. And...
Omen has 70 now.
Right, it's fine. It's fine. It was last anyway. It was 1v5 if you... Yeah, it's fine. Okay, eco round. A quick eco round. You're gonna put all of your resources into the last round. So you're not gonna use Fade ult. You're not gonna use Cypher ult this round. We're gonna do that when it's 12. 11, and we could be helping our... Switched around. Nice. I would have died there, probably. Okay.
Spike down A. Last player
Off main,
standing.
He literally has this. This Brimstone has like a 60% chance to win this. Never mind. So one major mistake from you not being aware of where your teammates are playing. So you have a Jet in tree and you can see the Reyna for like 5 seconds. For 5 seconds. That Reyna was in the open. You could have just came like this, looked at the minimap and just tried to align your shots with Reyna. Maybe you get a free kill. Your Jet survives, you win the round. But okay, this is the round that you're gonna stake it all.
This is a nice spot.
You have 2 ultimates. It's a 5v4, we have 3 ultimates.
Yeah, it's a...
They're pushing a Cypher site. This is looking like it's a done deal right now. You're not playing with your trips though. Good. Good. Look at the minimap, look what your team is doing. Yep, very good. 4v3, we still have 2 ults. 3v3.
Jet minus 50 up.
2v3. We do not have our ults anymore. Last round, and Fade decides to just push dry.
Last player standing.
I don't hate it. I don't hate one mistake from you. You should be holding much wider. Right there. Right there is where your crosshair should be. If they push out like this, they're gonna have weird movement and they're not gonna stop in time, so you can kill them for free. And if they're gonna push there, you just one-tap them. Because, look at this. If they stop somewhere here, which is extremely hard to do, half of their screen is gonna be smoke. Like, maybe full of their screen is gonna be smoke. So, you just flick back a little bit. And they're never stopping at your crosshair because they still cannot see anything. Notice how wide the Sova swung. Exactly. So yeah, this you just kind of develop this naturally. When you're holding a smoke, always remember, hold wider than you naturally are. It's gonna Gonna net you much more kills. Are we calling out the water guy? One guy water.
Spike down. C.
One guy, yeah, that's the water guy.
I have retrieved the spike. Last player standing.
Right, one water. No. Okay. Okay. Ult. We ult. We ult. Ult. He's below you. He's behind you. He's still behind you. Oh no. He's not behind you. Let's break this down. First mistake is right here. You know exactly where both of them are. The last position you want to be in is on top of this box, because if Jet fights you, Sova can trade. If Sova fights you, Jet can trade. So 100% you gotta just move back here. Move back here and then look at this Jet. Now if you want to be even more sneaky, you still have 2 more cages. So like drop a cage like this. I don't know if this works. Probably shouldn't really try it. Dropping this cage gives you like a little bit of a play, you know. You can come like this, and if you check that he's not there, now you're in their head. Now you're in their head. They're gonna be like, did he pass? I don't know, maybe he's behind the corner. And then they think you're there, free kill. That's the sneaky part. If you want to be simple, you don't want to use utility, move back far enough, you don't see this guy. Just fight this, right? You kill him. You ult. Definitely ulting here gives you a big advantage. When you ult, he's gonna hide there or there. Again, gives you many options. If you ult right now, it gives you the option to shift out. You can shift all the way to A site. He's not gonna understand what hit him. Yeah. And then here, you decide not to ult. Okay, we choose the wrong path. We can still save it. That's when you shouldn't place yourself in a situation where you can get shot from... Because Sova can be anywhere now, right? You literally can be anywhere except CT. You definitely don't fake plant again. Like if you tap the spike, he can pick you from anywhere and kill you. So instead, what you do is you come like this. Because if you come like this, right? He cannot kill you from there, there. And you don't plant. And you don't plant. So okay, you've lost him. You don't know what to do anymore. You could be anywhere. Even CT at this point, right? Don't plant. You have a minute. Go see if he's CT. So he's not CT. Go to A site. Let's see if we can come back. Is it gonna be a draw? Or are you gonna lose? Are you gonna come back?
So what is...
Very big decision that you made here is going B as a sentinel. And you should understand that they have never went B ever, basically. They did push door like 2 times. But you should play for the statistics. And the statistics say that they usually either... They like to push A, which you were
Spike planted.
playing for a really long time. That is a shit dart. Okay, good fight. And you pull out a knife.
See ya. Stim beacon down.
It might be a draw still. It might be a draw still.
One enemy remaining.
Just wait.
It's not gonna be a draw.
Molly.
Attackers win.
Alright, GG. 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 Thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, like the video because it makes you better. And join the Discord channel.